Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Apostle Nickie, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about one of the reasons why your God ordained spouse is not pursuing you. Why is it that God has revealed to you that this man is your God ordained spouse, or he may have revealed to you as a man that this woman is your God ordained spouse, but they fail to recognize you as their God ordained husband, right? Why? Why is it so? And it's actually mind blowing that God gave me this revelation taken from the book of Luke, chapter 24. Right, that sometimes it is God Himself. In the case of a prodigal husband or a prodigal wife, it is God Himself who has blinded their eyes, right? Who has hidden you. It is God Himself who has veiled their eyes so that they may not be able to recognize you as their God ordained husband or God ordained wife, right? So now let's take the scripture reading from the book of Luke, chapter 24. When you read from the verses 15, it says, "So it was, while they conversed and reasoned, that Jesus Himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were restrained so that they did not know Him." Mind you, this is the disciples that Jesus has appeared to. It is after Jesus had resurrected. Jesus appears to them as they are on the road to Emmaus. But as they are walking and Jesus is appeared to them, is actually talking to them, they had no idea absolutely that this was Jesus, even though they had walked with Jesus for 3 years or for the time that Jesus was active in ministry, right? They had no idea that this was Him. God intentionally did this. God veiled their eyes. The Bible here says that, but their eyes were restrained so that they did not know Him. Their eyes were restrained so that they did not know Him. Now, when we skip over to verses 30, it says, "Now it came to pass, as He sat at the table with them, that He took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they knew Him, and He vanished from their sight." Then their eyes were opened, and they knew Him, and He vanished from their sight. So, what does the scripture tell us? They literally were with Jesus, walking all the way to Amos with Jesus, but they did not know that he was the one, and that He was with them, and that He was the one they invited into their house to share bread with. It wasn't until they had communion, it wasn't until they shared bread that they were able to recognize that, oh, all along, the person who's been walking with us and talking to us was Jesus. It wasn't until they shared the bread and that their eyes were fully opened. In the book, in Greek, this means that their eyes, it means their eyes were fully opened, right? That they were able to recognize that is Jesus. So this tells us that one of the reasons why your prodigal is not pursuing you, it's that God has veiled their eyes that they may not be able to fully recognize you as their God ordained spouse. Right? They may have an idea. They may know it, but they may not really be convinced of it. Why? Because God Himself has done it until the appointed time. One thing you have to understand about kingdom marriages, right, is that there's an appointed time for this kingdom marriage to take place. It's not like any other marriage in the world where you can decide that I want to get married tomorrow and you actually get married tomorrow. No, because it is God who has the pen to your love story. It is God also who gets to determine when this marriage is going to take place. So God will hide you intentionally, right? In plain sight. You'll be hidden in plain sight in that they can see you, right? Sometimes they even interact with you, right? They may even commune with you, fellowship with you. You may be there in their presence, and you know what God told you concerning them. You know they are your God ordained spouse, but they simply are not doing. They're not pursuing you, or they're not even acting like they know that you're their God ordained spouse. And you're asking yourself questions like, why, how, God, did I hear right? God, did you say they are or they are not? What's really happening? This revelation is meant to set you free, right? You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. It wasn't until an appointed time when they had arrived where they were going with Jesus, that they sat down and they shared bread. They had communion, that their eyes were now fully opened. It means it is in the hands of God to open the eyes of a man, and it is in the hands of God to close the eyes of a man. It means that God himself is the one who opens eyes and closes eyes, right? So it also means that when the appointed time has come for this love story to come together, when the preparation season is over, when the positioning is over, God will unveil their eyes. God will take the scales off their eyes, and they'll be able to recognize you as their God ordained. So whilst the preparation is taking place and you're getting frustrated, like, God, you told me one thing, how come you're not revealing to the other person? Just be in peace. Be in peace, knowing that he who started a good thing on the inside of you will see to it its completion. He will bring that revelation. He will make that revelation known to them. Okay, so with that being said, I hope you subscribe to the channel, and I hope that you like this video, you share it with somebody, and we'll meet you again on the next video. Goodbye.